Only 5 interceptions. First down and 10 of the 25. Hemby in the backfield. Mendoza throwing on first down underneath, and it's caught for gain of 9.
He got popped right when he let go of this ball. Here's 92 Curry. Yeah, he hits him right when he lets go, right in that right shoulder, and he was in pain immediately.
In for his big brother. He'll hand it off, and this is Hemby leaning forward. 5. And they'll run it straight ahead with Hemby
On the football and establish that run. Roman Hemby in the backfield.
They'll give it to Hemby again, running right this time with the lane as he crosses the line of scrimmage and is gobbled.
Any safety in America.
Third down and 4 at the 41. Mendoza to throw it with time. Bounces out. Mendoza wants to run it, dumps it down. Nice play.
And here he gets himself out of the pocket going to the left, and Arvell Reese is trying to track him down, and there's Lorenzo Styles, number 3, who has to come up and defend the quarterback run, and Mendoza, very alert, just dumps it right over the top.
First and 10 at the 49. Mendoza with time, goes deep, has a man, and incomplete. It
likes to line up in the slot. Here's the coverage down the field, and he has a chance at this ball, just a hair underthrown. You see Styles just getting right in between his arms, and Cooper can't come up with it. Tell you, these defensive backs for Ohio State, they have been all year long.
Second and 10 at the 49. Ground attack, this time Black. Opening series for Indiana. Mendoza to let it fly. Steps up in the pocket, and trouble, and goes down. Good Indiana.
I tell you what, a start for Caden Curry in this game. He's just going to beat the right tackle right around the edge. That's Zin Maholski, the Ohio State transfer, didn't want to hold. Curry is so explosive here in his first year as a starter, and he has been so productive for Ohio State. Like you said, now 10 sacks on the
Buckeyes start from their own 12-yard line, saying out of the gun. He'll fire Jeremiah Smith with the catch on first down, and he'll pick up a first.
Buckeyes.
First down to the 25. Here's Sayin to throw it again. Skips around, looks backside, and just fires this one out of play.
His former high school teammate, Jeremiah Smith.
On second down, they give it to Bo Jackson, and the freshman sensation in the backfield at running back. Here's Sayin. Over the middle, and intercepted. Lewis Moore. Indiana has a football.
I think he's fooled here. He thinks that this is a half safety over Smith, but Lewis Moore actually goes to his left, and then he's able to drop down on this right. Brandon Ennis trying to get that first down, and Lewis Moore now his 6th interception on the year. He has been outstanding. His eyes were in the backfield the whole time. Gets a little bit of a tip as he defends the ball, and it bounces right to him, and now Indiana, great field position.
At the Ohio State 23. Black runs into a pile.
His hands full.
Second down and 9 at the 22. Mendoza sideline throw on the money to
Elijah Surratt here trying to get himself to the corner.
First down and 10 at the 11. Here's Mendoza rolling out of the pocket, and he'll throw it away. He chose to head to Columbus. Second and 10 at the 11. Here's the running game with Hemby and Ohio State. Mendoza looking underneath, deflected, incomplete.
The quarterback, but watch as he's able to spin around and get his hands in the air, and he bats that ball down, and it
got it up and good. Indiana guys. Play fake. Sideline throw. Jeremiah Smith out of bounds. Matchup to watch.
Yeah, it really is. And these two guys have been going at it for a long time. They were high school teammates for a year. The hard part for Pons, who's just an incredible player. He's only 5.
Sayin in trouble. Dances out of the pocket, throws on the move, and out of bounds.
This defensive front does such a good job of is create pressure, and they're very elusive, tough to block. And here's Shabola, the right guard, 77. He gets an inside move by Stephen Daly, and Daly was right in the face of Julian Sayin, who had to get out of the pocket and find his wide receiver, Tate, who catches it for a first.
Back. Saying steps into his throw over the middle, caught Jeremiah Smith. That's another first down. Ohio State keep Jeremiah's hands full.
Yeah, why not, right? Because number 4 is a great player. Watch, he slips. It's like he's on ice skates, and he's still able to find his feet and get back to the football. Sayin trusts him enough there. He gives him the ball, and it's another first down for Ohio State.
Midfield. Bo Jackson turns it up, finds a seam, and Bo.
School days, and he said, yeah, I might be a bit smaller than Jeremiah, but I always knew I could compete because of what I did in high school. The two are.
Donaldson replaces Jackson. Sayin to throw it. Sayin. No, and again! A slam! And a sophomore from Lakeland, Florida.
He had a wide open Brandon Innes right down the middle of the field, but because he had to scoot up in the pocket, he took his eyes down, didn't get there, and then there's Elijah Hardy.
11. Play fake, sideline, quick. Charlie Becker for the Hoosiers. He's been playing some lights-out football this year. Here's a handoff. Himby, this time with room. Mendoza, quarterback run, and he'll pick up the first down and more. That's a game that makes him dangerous.
That really is, and what they need is you always have to have a good block from your running back. And watch Roman Himby. He's going to come up and just get enough of Sonny Styles and allows Mendoza to get over to that left side and get the line to gain. But that's something that they have.
43 yards this season and 6 rushing touchdowns. On first down, intercepted Igbenogson. Sonny Styles in 2 weeks.
Well, watch Lorenzo Styles, number 3. He reads it perfectly. He goes in there, he makes contact, and Igbenogson is there. I'll definitely contacted Surratt before the ball arrived. But here's the thing. When you're behind the line of scrimmage, it doesn't count. You can contact the intended receiver before the ball arrives.
Buckeyes now have the football at the Indiana 25. First down, and they hand it off to Bo Jackson. And Jackson tumbles.
Here's the ump cam. This is the official that actually threw the flag, and Landino is right in the middle of your screen, and you can see he reaches back with the right hand and just gets enough of Bo Jackson's face mask.
Out of the offset eye. Jackson. And Jackson is taken down.
First down. There's Stephen Daly, the defensive end, closest to the official who calls that penalty, and just lined up clearly with his helmet over the ball in the neutral zone. There you see the flag come.
Sayin, looking, throws it up high and out of bounds.
Number 5 does. There's the man-to-man that we've got going out on the edge, and you can see Pons knows he wants to get to the corner and just doesn't allow.
Sayin, looking, Sayin in trouble, scrambles, throws, touchdown! Taylor, home run hitter.
Well, it really starts with protection here with Julian Sayin. He gets all the time in the world, and you're going to see from the left side of your screen, Carnell Tate, inner right there. And as Sayin escapes the pocket, now Tate is wide open. And Sayin finds him for an easy touchdown, and Ohio State is out.
Mendoza with time. Mendoza winds up. Down the field, Becker, incomplete.
Becker is so dangerous down the field. He's 6'4", 209, and here Styles comes in. You can see that arm, and he's just getting too much contact, not allowing Becker to go back up and receive that ball. There's the restriction right there. That was right in front of the far official, the one who threw the flag, and it's 15 free yards for Indiana.
Hoosiers. Black turns it up. Nice cut. Black, high stepping. Black, out of bounds.
This is exactly the way that Michigan attacked in the run game against Ohio State. Tight end into the short side of the field, pulling extra linemen over that direction. And Ohio State was hurt by a couple of long runs early in that game. Indiana.
And they get it off. Black again. They give it to him with a lane. And Himby gains about Surratt, he's the go-to guy on the back shoulder. Mendoza looks that way, in trouble, scrambling. Mendoza goes down behind the line of scrimmage.
Twice Indiana has had the ball down inside the 25-yard line, and Ohio State has turned him away. He's got his eyes over to the left. Surratt can't come open. There's double coverage over on Charlie Becker. On the other side, look at the great coverage on this side. That's where he wanted to go first, Nowakowski.
It's been good from 29, this one from 40, and he missed it. State. Isaiah West checks in the game at running back. He'll go straight ahead. The freshman from Philadelphia, Hardy.
To do in particular on first down is they give you this too high shell, but then they allow Pons to be single covered and they move this direction. And it's that style of disguise that has given Julian Sayin a bit of trouble here tonight. They play heavy zone coverage where they're rolling to in coverage.
2nd and 6 at the 26. Sayin on the play fake. Sayin down the field. Smith! Jeremiah! At the 20 and chopped down.
First down.
That's Kamara.
Kamara, there's that hand way up in the face. That's a good call. Luke Montgomery, number 51. He puts his hands up. Here's the route. One-on-one, man. This is just tough. Look at the head of steam that Jeremiah Smith had. Again, he's got 50 pounds on Pons. He runs right through him. Sayin just a touch underthrown, but a big pass down the field.
Jackson, the deep man in the I formation. They give it to him. And he'll lower his head. Bottom of your screen, 2nd and 8. The handoff to Jackson. And Jackson held up. Nicely done. Max Clare, the tight end in the slot, near side. Sayin rolls out in that direction and is dragged out from behind. 4.
He's going to get pressure over here from his left side, and the offensive line never slides far enough. So Sayin thinks he's protected. He leaks out to the right side, and Isaiah Jones in there, and that's his 6th sack of the year. Beautiful job dialing up the pressure from Brian Haynes, the defensive coordinator.
And it's good. And we will keep an eye on it. 1st and 10 of the 25. Mendoza without one of his weapons. Near far side, caught.
Whole year. But here he's working in the slot. That's where Omar Cooper was primarily used, was in the slot. And so Brady, who transferred in from Cal with Fernando Mendoza, comes in here. They were teammates back.
Mendoza to throw it again. Rolls out of the pocket. Incomplete.
Lynch, the right guard, he was working on Caden McDonald. And McDonald had a free run here, and you just see that jersey just get tugged right there. I thought it was more of a slip from McDonald than an outward hold.
1st down and 20. Mendoza, delayed handoff. Hemby. Down and 13. At the Indiana 36. Mendoza goes through his progressions, pops it out to Hemby. Mendoza sprints out, sets up, delivers, and caught.
This is a terrific route by Charlie Becker. He's working against Devin Sanchez, number 6, the true freshman. Look at him just gain some space right there. A little bit of a push off, but gains the space, and he's able to get that ball and then keep it away from the defender through contact.
It's like the Hoosiers may have figured something out. Mendoza hands it off. Black cuts it up. High snap, handle, far side throw, nicely done. As you mentioned, he played with Mendoza at Cal. There's a familiarity.
And that was just a run pass option right there. Good decision. Option right there. Good decision by Mendoza.
3rd and 2. Mendoza to throw it again. Scrambles. And incomplete. At the 39. Mendoza pulls it out under pressure, gets it off, and finds his tight end.
This is a great little route. Watch Nowakowski's going to come from the left side of the offense and just slip right past the defensive end Curry. Arvell Reese, who's got to be in there for run defense, cannot catch up. Mendoza, while he's getting hit, delivers a dime, and Indiana moves the chains.
It's to play in the first half. Black with a burst. And he just rockets.
Same formation that Michigan was using, tied in into the short side of the field, and it allows them to get those down blocks and get to the linebacker. Blocks and get to the linebacker.
And they'll run it once again. Black breaking tackles prior to that end. At the 20. Mendoza, quarterback run. Bottled up and goes down. I talked about as much as the others, but he's having a terrific year.
Watch 97. He just goes inside, gets skinny, and then he gets that penetration all the way back into the backfield, and Mendoza just can't keep his feet. You know, Kenyatta doesn't even actually get a piece of Mendoza.
Hemby in the game at running back now. Mendoza. And Mendoza goes down again. Curry.
Well, their normal right tackle, Khalil Benson, has been banged up over the last few weeks. So Zin Maholski, a backup, is out at right tackle, and Curry is getting after him. Maholski transferred to Indiana from Ohio State this last offseason. He started one game for the Buckeyes in his career there, and now Curry taking advantage of his former teammate.
Mendoza underneath. Nowakowski trying to get outside. Does. Turns it up and out of bounds. Up and good.
After halftime, a chance to double up here if they can get a score.
First down from the 25. Far side throw. Nice catch. Carnell Tate.
Just don't know how you defend these two wide receivers. I know Ohio State wants to run the football, as they should, establish the run. But with the accuracy of Sayin and the ability of number 6.
First and 10 at the 36 for the Buckeyes. Bo Jackson. And Bo Jackson hit hard. Sayin. Double clutch. Sayin is sacked.
I don't know why they're not taking a timeout right here. He's trying to throw a quick screen over to the right side. And you can tell he just double clutches because the coverage rolled over in that direction. Now he takes a sack. Now we're inside of a minute.
Oh. Sayin. Sideline. Incomplete. And they'll hand it off. Hemby. Indiana. Ennis is the deep man. Quinn Ward will send it away. And Ennis. And he first and 10 of the 27 for the Buckeyes. Play fake. Sayin rolls out of the pocket. Dumps it down to his tight end. And this.
The poise that he's shown hasn't surprised him, and he expects the same in this half.
All right, on 2nd and 1. First down. Jackson with a burst. Bo Jackson. Jackson, 8 carries, 45 yards.
Watch, they're going to pull around, and this is supposed to go to the left side, but Jackson sees the hole over here to the right side, and he's able to just wiggle through and get up onto that second level. Good vision from the young back who's got 6 games of 100 yards. That's the most of any true freshman in the country. He has come on strong.
And 4th in the nation. First down and 10 at the 44. Sayin sprints out, sets up, looks out, and he get him again.
Well, you're going to get pressure over here from this side, and Sayin is trying to get Smith right down the middle of the field, but the coverage in the back end was outstanding. There's Landino. He gets away from Shabola, and he gets the sack, but he's trying to get Jeremiah Smith right down the middle of the field, and you can tell he wants to let it go, but they rolled coverage.
Down in 15. Sayin under pressure again. Whoa! He breaks away and somehow gets rid of it.
From that, I have no idea how he got away from that. Now are they saying that he was in the grasp? No way. They're saying that they're going to say the forward progress was stopped. I mean, he's spinning around.
With the grasp, and then another player, you know, you look at that for a player safety thing, but when you watch it, you want to give these athletes time to break away. So, you know, it's a judgment call that he has to make. I'm like you. I wish he wouldn't have shut it down.
I can tell you, it was not after the fact. You can see through the ump cam, our head referee, Ron Snodgrass, had his hand up. So,
opening series for Ohio State here in the second half. Sayin under pressure again, underneath Smith. And they drop him. First down and 10 at the 12. Hemby. They'll push the pile forward. Second down and 5 at the 17. Hemby again. Got great wheels. Mendoza steps up, down the field. Caught! Inside the 30.
What a route from Becker. Right past Lorenzo Styles. This guy is so good in the contested catch, 50-50 situation, and he fights through that right arm of Styles of catch.
51 yards, first down at the 29. Hemby slashing, crashing. 19. Mendoza hands it off. Black. And Mendoza play fake. Looks backside. Dances. Pulls it back. Rolls out and gets rid of it. Two men as well. Mendoza. Fade. Surratt. Corner! Touchdown! Indiana!
Well, here's Surratt, one-on-one with Jermaine Matthews, and he fights through the contact, and again, what do we see time and time again? It's the back shoulder, allowing Surratt to adjust back to that back shoulder. No.
Indiana scores in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Surratt trailed in the second half all season. First and 10 to the 25. And they'll run it with Bo Jackson. And Jackson.
In this defense and the disguise of the safeties.
Second and 3. Jackson trying to set up his blocks. But Saying. And caught for first down. That's where picks it up.
Watch how fast these linebackers and the corner close, because Ennis is going to come up here and hook down, and if Sayin is not right on time, this is going to be an incompletion. And again, the timing of this game has been fast for Julian Sayin. Normally he's got time to third down conversion.
First down at the 36 now. Sayin rolling out on the play fake, dumps it down to his tight end, Max Clare.
Really good play fake. Watch right here. You're going to make this run here and watch him look back to the running back, and that gets the defense and specifically the linebackers to bite all the way to that direction. And as he gets outside of the pocket.
44 now. The handoff. West, nothing doing.
Pressure. Well, watch them twist in here, and it's just difficult, even against the rushing game, to try to stay on those blocks. They're slippery.
Sayin will throw it. Back shoulder. Jeremiah Smith. First down. Ohio State. Smith picks up 18.
Hey, Gus, if I say to you, like, hey, I'm a quarterback, I'm struggling with my rhythm a little bit, who should I throw to? How about Jeremiah Smith? Right? I mean, great coverage by Pawns. It's a really good throw from Sayin. But Smith is just so physical that he goes back, catches that ball.
103 yards for Jeremiah. From the 27. Sideline. Clare. And he is 19. They hand it to Jackson. He almost scored.
And watch how close this one was from breaking to the end zone. He's got the crease right here, and you can see Hardy just reaching back and just getting enough. Look at him, that right arm, and he just gets enough of the left leg to trip up.
First and 10 now at the IU 14. Play fake. Sayin underneath. Caught. And it's Kazmarek, this 5 for 5 on this drive. Second and 3. Straight ahead. Bojack. 25. Sayin sprints out. Looks. Sayin. Incomplete.
Because again, he's got a tight split. That means how far he is away from that tight end. And so Pons knows he's going to try to get outside. He plays him very.
Quarterback sneak, and it looks like the Buckeyes have it.
This is a heck of a surge from the right guard. He's really the one that provides the block. Right there, number 58, that's Gabe Van Sickle. He's been rotating in here the second half of the season. And Sayin is able to just stay up above the turf. You can see that and get that yard. And move Sayin's knee. It's down. You can see his helmet right here, which means the ball is somewhere behind this pile of players, and he needed to get all the way to the 4-yard line. You can see he was short, and the ball doesn't get there until the end of the shot.
Black from 5 yards deep in his own end zone. And he's lucky. Surratt in motion. Mendoza underneath. Looks like he's got a first down. Yes, he does. Black. Play action. Mendoza. Over the middle. Caught. He threw a dive.
Ohio State is screaming for a hold here. Watch Kenyatta Jackson, number 97. He's going to have a little bit of pressure over here on the left side, then he's just dragged down. No idea how a flag doesn't come out, but Mendoza does a great
catches, 86 yards. First down at the 32. They'll run it left with Black. 6. Mendoza, sideline, caught. Guess who? Charlie Becker.
About this IU offense is they will just take what the defense gives. Corner is way off. Jermaine Matthews giving a lot of space to Charlie Becker there, who, remember, on the last series hurt him on that deep ball down the field, and Matthews just giving up that.
And they'll hand it to Hemby. They stay on the ground with Hemby. Not a lot. Here's their second chance. Mendoza rolling, and he gets rid of it. Great defense by the.
Well, it's great coverage in the back end, but watch Arvell Reese. He starts all the way over here, and he's the one that's finally going to get the pressure on Mendoza. Watch him close. Lightning fast. This guy is huge and fast. 6'4", 243 pounds, and he closes on Mendoza, who has no choice.
Mitch McCarthy sends it away. Ennis has it at the 7, and he's gobbled up quickly. Yard line. Jackson with a hole. 2nd and 6 at the 14. Jackson again. Bo Jackson. Down and 10 to the 24. Isaiah West in now. Sayin. Underneath his tight end, Kazmir.
Down to his tight end.
2nd down and 6 at the 28. West, second man through. Smith, number 4, top of your screen. Tate, 17, bottom. He looks Jeremiah's way. Now over the middle, caught. Beautiful decision. Picked up the first.
They're trying to get a hook here to Jeremiah Smith, but watch the coverage. It's basically triple covered. So Sayin's got to work back left. Tate's triple covered. So he dumps it down to his back, C.J. Donaldson. That's a nice job by that offensive line, giving him time to work through his progression, get to the check down, and Donaldson is able to move the chains.
Clock keeps ticking. Sayin. Smith in space, and Smith bottled up and taken. They lose 5.
You know, as Smith goes across this formation, watch number 4, Aiden Fisher. He's outside before you can even get the wide receiver outside. His recognition of plays is outstanding. That's why the call.
Sayin. Over the middle again. Jackson. And Isaiah Jones. Sayin, here they come. Ohio State picks it up. Sayin out of the pocket. On the move. Oh, what a catch. Carnell Tate.
Well, as he leaves the pocket, he's going to come this direction outside of the right. Good protection initially. And a nice job by the right tackle, Phillip Daniels, mashing down that rush on the right side. And then Tate just moves with his quarterback. And he's able to get that left foot down. That is a massive conversion here for Ohio State late
to 10. Sayin with the handoff. Jackson and his eyes. 2nd down and 8. Play fake. Saying in trouble. Drive. 3rd and 8. Here comes the blitz. They get it away. Oh, Ennis wants to throw it. The other side. Jackson. And he's close to a 1st down.
As he's trying to defend, once you're out here on the edge, you can't do this to an offensive lineman. Watch, he just goes after the legs immediately. That was the right tackle, Phillip Daniels, and the flags came out immediately. So what looked like a 3rd down stop, 4th and 1, is now an automatic 1st down.
18. Jackson. Jackson. Bo Jackson. Jackson the pistol. They give it to him. And orchestrating. Play fake. Saying rolls, looks, and complete. What a defensive play.
Well, they're trying to get the running back out here, Bo Jackson. Watch Bo Jackson out of the backfield. And that was a nice job picking him up. That's Caden Turner, number 14, and Hardy up the backside. That was unbelievable coverage. The transfer from Navy goes up and over, blocks that away from Bennett Christian. And Ohio State has to settle for a field goal.
No good! State with 3 timeouts. Black slashing. And here, 3rd and 6 at the 24. Mendoza. Charlie B from Nashville.
This is an incredible throw, but watch Becker's release against Jermaine Matthews. He gets outside, and then he is able to put him right on his back hip, and the ball is out in front. Becker is so good down the field. He has been outstanding this 2nd half of the year. Great against Penn State. 4th quarter against Ohio State.
1st down and 10 at the 43. They'll stay on the ground as Black, 3-3. Black again. 3rd down and 7. Surratt in motion. They stay on the ground with Black. Smith in motion. Saying moves around, dumps it down and out of bounds. Saying steps up, winds up.
Brandon Ennis was trying to dive for this one late, but you can see clearly hits the ground.
Saying lets it go. And it is caught, but not enough.